Part 1. The beginning of the conflict. In the late 19th century, the Horn of Africa was undergoing dramatic changes. European powers were competing to expand their influence, seeking control of valuable resources, strategic ports, and important trade routes. The Somali territories were not immune to these pressures. Foreign forces and political interests gradually moved into the region, while local communities struggled to protect their freedom, traditions, and way of life. One day, urgent news reached the area of Tarar. Elders, religious leaders, and community chiefs were called together for an emergency meeting. Reports indicated that a large military force was advancing toward the region. The people of Tarar felt both fear and determination. Men began preparing for defense, gathering the weapons they possessed. Horses were readied, and young warriors were instructed to remain on alert. As night fell, campfires illuminated the open plains. Around the fires, elders discussed the difficult choices ahead. Some believed diplomacy could prevent bloodshed, while others argued that conflict had become unavoidable. The following morning, scouts who had been monitoring the surrounding countryside returned with troubling information. The approaching force was now only a short distance away. Their numbers were impressive, and their weapons appeared far more advanced than those available to the defenders. The atmosphere immediately changed. Everyone understood that difficult days lay ahead. Women began preparing food and water supplies for the fighters. Children and elderly family members were moved to safer locations. Across the region, families prepared for an uncertain future. The local leaders called for a public gathering. Hundreds of people assembled to hear their message. One of the leaders stepped forward and addressed the crowd. "They may outnumber us," he declared, "but no force is stronger than a people defending their homeland, their honor, and their future." His words inspired the crowd. Many who had been uncertain about the coming struggle now pledged to stand alongside their community. Over the next few days, preparations intensified. Defensive positions were organized. Scouts continued to monitor enemy movements. Every hour brought new reports, increasing the tension throughout the region. Then came the moment everyone had been expecting. The advancing army finally reached the outskirts of Tarar. For the first time, the two sides stood within sight of each other. The tension was overwhelming. Both sides knew that a major battle was now only hours away. As the sun slowly disappeared beyond the horizon, soldiers made their final preparations. Weapons were checked. Horses were fed and rested. Commanders reviewed their strategies and discussed plans for the coming confrontation. That night, Tarar was unusually quiet. Yet beneath the silence, anticipation filled the air. Every family knew that by the next sunrise, history could change forever. It would be the last peaceful night before the battle that would become known as the Battle of Tarar. But how did the fighting begin? Who launched the first attack? What strategies would determine the outcome of the conflict? And which heroes would emerge from the battlefield? The answers await in Part 2.